page here. Let me take down this iconic intro. You see the virtual tour background, you hear the virtual tour music, and then there is me. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We are just chilling. Glad to have all you here. So let's do what we do. We're going to get started with Real Housewives of Potomac, and then we'll get into Married to Medicine. All right. So we start off with Real Housewives of Potomac. They are still in Austin, Texas. This is day 2, part 1. So Robin is upset that men are talking about her. So apparently Chris Bassett went on to the Bravo Bros podcast and talked about Robin, which honestly, really Robin, like at the beginning, middle, end of the day, like it was public knowledge of the story. So I don't think that he really did anything out the way. I feel like honestly, because your man did what he did, you will blame anyone and everyone for talking about him when he's the one who did it. Robin and Candice disagree on, talking about legal matters because it was alleged that Robin talking about Juan got him fired. So, Candice just wanted Robin to talk. Candice said that Chris defended himself, against all the allegations that, Giselle was throwing at Chris. So they pull up to this hole in the wall for chicken-ish bingo, and chicken makes Karen itch. So how chicken-ish bingo works is there's 61 squares, $2 a ticket, and if the chicken-ishes on your number, you win all the money. I've been living for 29 years. I never heard chicken-ish bingo until this, right? So, Karen, feels like she's getting sick. Giselle is asking about Robin, and Mia needs to be MIA, missing in association of herself with this because it's not her business because she got her own house to clean. Candice made it about her, and that, think that with Candice, right? We got to recognize that Candice and Robin did have a friendship. And I think when two friends are in a disagreement, it still can be emotional. Just because you guys may see two different points of view doesn't mean that you don't have any emotion for your friend. So I don't think she was trying to make that about her, right? That's just my own take. So, Wendy says that Candice was trying to be that friend, and then Wendy says not worth the running eyeliner of crying. And Ashley believes that Candice crying is too convenient. Really? Really? You think it's too convenient for Candice to be crying? Do you think it's too convenient that Michael Darby has sexual assault allegations from camera people to rumors of him being on Grindr allegedly? Like, just stop. Just absolutely stop. So with that being said, Mia goes to support Robin. Robin sits on the corner, and the women are not here for the chicken, but Ashley pets the chicken, and Ashley is thinking about getting a chicken coop for the kids. The chicken pooped on number 2. Giselle goes to check on Robin, talks to Mia, and feels a way about Candice. So Giselle, like, really at the beginning, middle, end of the day, like, you have your take on things. Candice has her take on things. Candice was defending her husband. Now, there was a conversation on colorism on the last reunion. Okay, so let's not sit here and pretend that came out of nowhere, right? So, with that being said, Candice feels that she can be a friend to Robin, who is a friend to Giselle that would lie on her husband in that capacity, and that Robin is still friends with the person that is suing her. So Karen wants Robin to come back in, and Wendy feels that the friendship that Robin and Candice had was a real one. Nneka believes that Candice is being manipulated by Wendy, where she can't breathe on her own because, hey, Nikki News, welcome and glad to have you here. And honestly, to tell you the truth, here's the thing. I think Wendy, honestly, is a real friend. I really do. I mean, yes, she got her doctoral degrees and all that stuff, but I think Wendy is about the energy you give is the energy that you get back from Wendy. I don't think that she is about manipulation. And NECA, you just got into the group. Like, stop. Stop. You are still harboring resentment over this shrine. Like, honestly, if you really are, that big man, why don't you go talk to Wendy's mama? Since she's the one who did. Don't go through somebody to talk to somebody. You know what I mean? I don't get why NECA is here. I don't. But that's neither here nor there. So Giselle can't walk in heels. So she's trying to walk over to, Robin because Robin's on the move. Um, so, Candace, would like to talk to Robin and is glad to see emotion from Robin because Robin doesn't really show her emotions that often. So Giselle called an Uber to take Giselle, Robin, and Mia back to the hotel. Karen is outside because of the chicken. So Miracle, who is a white chicken, is Wendy's chicken, and basically said, "Hey, to a white man, can you help me with this chicken-ish bingo?" And so the white man said, "If the chicken ish is on the chicken, then you have to split the money." Um, so, Karen does a chicken dance that is just Karen, I love you, but that was not the dance, right? So then Giselle says that she is on ready, and Mia makes fun of Candice crying. Now, Mia, Mia, really? That's what we do? Making fun of people? Really? Really? Okay. But yet you threw a drink in a black woman's face, though. Okay. Okay. So we keep going in Austin. So Mario, who is Robin, not Robin's, but Mario, who is Karen's brother, calls to wish her a happy birthday. Chris and Candace talk about everything that happened. Giselle gives Karen some gifts for the triple 20. So give to her champagne, M&Ms, and Snickers. So I thought that was a cute gift, one for each thing. And I really like how Karen said the triple 20. Instead of saying 60, she just said, "Hey, I'm turning, 23 times." I really do like that. So Karen asked Ray, did he feel this way at 60 when he turned 60? And Ray said yes. So every birthday for Karen has been a disaster. And Giselle understand Karen wants the group to come together, but Giselle is not going to move on with Candace because allegedly of how Giselle treats people based off of the color of their skin. So Giselle has had ill threats or F threats based on what Candace said. Now, I will say this, that is not cool. No one should be receiving F threats over anything because people are crazy out here and they don't fight with hands anymore. So I don't think that's right to Giselle at all. Um, and I can understand Giselle's position. I really do. I think in the same token, you made a smear campaign against Chris Bassett, where truly, what was Candace supposed to do? And I'm not saying Candace should have done that, but there was a conversation on colorism, and you, with your best friend, behind the paywall to talk about your best friend's best. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So with that being said, let me see here. Let me see. So NECA talks to Lebed, the in-law, about her getting dressed and getting ready for I think it's kayaking next, if I'm not mistaken. So then Gordon and Mia talk. So Gordon is suing his family for $500,000 that he is rightfully owed. Mia doesn't want to do and wants to let the past go. So there's a disagreement with that there. But then again, you're divorcing Gordon because he's broke. Okay. Okay. So the cars are the cars. So basically there's a car with Robin, um Giselle, Mia, Robin, Giselle, Mia, and then I think it's Ashley, if I'm not mistaken. Then the other car has Wendy, NECA, Karen, and shoot. I'm trying to think. Is that all of them? And I think NECA too, I think. But anyway, the cars are the cars. So they go to kayaking. So it's a small chance of capsizing that happens for them. Karen said that this is the last time Ashley's going to be hosting a trip for 2 years because it was chicken and snakes. So Karen and Candice talk things out about, what's been hard. But, Karen is glad that they, saw through it. And so Chris, so Candace is like, why are we drinking red wine? Why are we drinking red wine? Um, and basically, I think Mia brought some wine on the thing, on the kayaking excursion. And this is honestly funny because it does break up the monotony, and I can honestly tell that these women, they don't really do any physical activity. Like Karen said, I am sitting here. I am sitting here. And I'm not doing a thing. Um, and I think it was something about I can see you, Candace, I think. So then, after all that, Karen is buying her grandmother's house and is going to make it a resort for tourism for her birthplace. And I think that's really wonderful. It's creating generational wealth. And Karen has always had the mindset to give back through the power of entrepreneurship. So they're getting ready for the next activity. Robin's talking to Juan, and that financially things are the same, but they're only the same for 15 months because Juan lost his job. And so Juan said he cannot listen to this anymore because it's not their life, it is y'all life. So in the mid-season preview, there's an event with Mia that happens with the ladies. Candace wants a baby. NECA and Wanda talk. Karen gets a tattoo. Robin and Juan spend time together, but Juan falls asleep. Grace is going to college. Ashley is getting a divorce. Mia and Gordon are talking about their divorce, and that Gordon said that Mia's been cheating for years, and Mia says that's not fair, and Gordon says if you want a fair, go to a carnival. And I'm just like, wow, okay. So that is your Real Housewives of Potomac review there. So now we get to Married to Medicine. So we pick up in Sonoma, in wine country. So Dr. Heavenly, and this is at the dinner, Dr. Heavenly said Quad is a user. Dr. Simone said, can y'all tone down? Y'all voice is so Phaedra doesn't think that we have a hood perspective. Toya said, we can't believe your words when your actions are not matching. Sweet Tea says it's a grilling session at this point. Quad needs to be the pig with the apple in her mouth. So Dr. Simone said that you only mess with us at events and you don't mess with us off camera. It doesn't fly. Toya is trying to work on her forgiveness, but she's not there yet. The ladies have a meeting about Quad, and Dr. Jackie felt the most closed off with the Sister Circle event. So for those of you who don't know, there was a talk show called Sister Circle Live. It was a really good talk show, and Quad was a co-host on that. So apparently it was a divorce party or something to that nature. And so Quad said I was about to give up on women until my Sister Circle sisters came through. And so the ladies of Married to Medicine was like, well, who are we? So they felt really slighted by that, right? They felt really, really slighted. And so Dr. Jackie feels that they are like the cousins that you don't want to show off. It really was a good talk show. It absolutely was. I feel like it should still be on TV. So Dr. Simone says maybe we just need to rest on this. So then Quad comes to the room and Dr. Simone says that there's no emotional connection and asks Quad to lead the trip. Now, I get holding your friend to account, right? And I get that she did not take accountability for anything. But also, too, wasn't this a trip to be able to let Quad showcase herself? Maybe in a better light. And not to mention too, y'all were not going to get all those issues worked out the table, right? And I think what ends up happening in life is that people end up carrying resentment, that it gets toxic. You know what I mean? Where sometimes you don't know where you are. Even if you try to reach out and speak, it is difficult because you know you're trying to come with good. You know you said sorry, you know you've done everything you can do, but it seems like there's this awkward energy, right? And to be real with you, I've been dealing with this recently. Like, I feel like it should be like at least five people here. And I appreciate Nikki News being here. I love her, value her, appreciate her. But I also do feel that at some point in time, either you are going to allow the resentment to run you or you're going to run your resentment and handle it. And I think most of the time, we're all one conversation away from handling something. Um, I'm just breathing right now because I definitely can understand this group of friends that there has been hurt on all sides. That Quad has said some things that she has not owned up to, like saying, for example, that someone was responsible for the break-ins at your house is a very strong accusation. And if they did not do it, and you still carry on with that, that is detrimental to them. Um, you know, not being a friend to them, but being a friend when it's convenient, and wanting them to see your pain, but you're not seeing theirs. That can definitely harbor resentment, but also too, everybody eventually's got to come down with their egos and come up with their love. That's just my take. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Um, so with that being said, you know, there's no emotional connection with the group, says Dr. Simone. And I feel that that emotional connection, I try to root for everybody. I really do. I believe emotional connections can be rebuilt, but they can only be rebuilt if people want to come to the table to rebuild them, right? And I think you do get tired after a while of always trying to do the right thing. And your good gets weary and tired, right? And it's just like for example, next week is gonna be Christmas. And I want everyone to have a good Christmas. I really, really do. But also too, it's like, are we really going to hold on to what can hold us back from our destiny? Because I want to go into 2024 on a very good note. I want to be able to be cool with everybody. I really do. And like I said before, with the Jonathan Majors live that we just did, not really too long ago. Let me see here. Let me see. Yeah, the Jonathan Majors live that we did 1 hour ago. Um, I said what I said of sometimes we throw away people a little too quickly. Now it has to be based on the totality of who a person is. But I do think that in order for a second chance to be given, you have to give love, grace, and space for a second chance to happen. And I do hope that these ladies work things out because to be on a show for 10 seasons and to be in a profession where not everybody is in the room, that you guys can make change, I think it's a powerful platform. And it would be such a shame to allow strife and toxicity and confusion to dictate how you move forward. You know what I mean? So I do wish the best for them. But yeah, that was heavy. That Quad did come to want to do better, but also Quad, you have to take responsibility too. And the resurrection was an epic fail. Dr. Heavily does have love for Quad. So then the next morning, Quad is having breakfast, and you know, Quad is surprised by Dr. Heavily because they were good friends. So then we're at Veneer Resort. Sweet Tea and Dr. G talk about last night. And Dr. G says that, hey, don't worry about it, put some earplugs in and move on. So then Toya and Dr. Eugene Harris talk about it, and that he feels bad that it happened, but he is glad that there was a conversation to hold Quad accountable. So Dr. Jackie is then talking to the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, about Black maternity. and childbirth, passing away rates. And I really did love the conversation because I feel that us as a community has so much hidden pain, so much so much uneasiness, and so many questions that we feel if we raise our hand to ask it, we get chastised for it. And I love the exchange of, even though Kamala Harris was the vice president, she relayed to it in a big way, in a very natural way, in a very relatable way. And they talked about how there are more states opening up with Medicaid for women to have 12 months of postnatal care, and that there's a hotline for mothers. So let me see if I can look that line up. Let me see. TLC Mama Hotline. So this comes to us from the Maternal Child Health Bureau, 1-833 TLC Mama, 1-833 TLC Mama, 1-833-852-6262. So this hotline is free, confidential, and available 24/7 to help new parents and loved ones. You can text or call the number at any time. And I think that's actually a really wonderful thing. I will put that link in the chat because that's what we really need, is resources for us to be better. And we also got to recognize that not everybody grows up the same. Not everybody has resources to be able to reach out. And also, too, everybody's mental health and the way they think and move, it is different. So when someone says, "Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that, why can't you be better?" Well, guess what? Sometimes we don't know how to be better. So I'm going to drop the link in the chat now. So there is the mental health hotline for moms there. I'm going to also showcase the website here. So, hang on. So here is the hotline. Here is open 24/7. Pregnancy and a new baby can bring a range of emotions. Many moms feel overwhelmed, sad, anxious, or exhausted at different times during their pregnancy or after the baby is born. Sometimes these feelings can go away on their own, but if these feelings last for more than 2 weeks, it can make it hard to carry out daily tasks like caring for themselves or their family. A mom may have prenatal depression or anxiety. These are common and treatable health conditions during and after pregnancy. That's why a new mom or those supporting them should reach out for help right away. So, about the National Maternal Mental Health Hotline. So the hotline provides phone or text access to professional counselors, real-time support information, responds within a few minutes, 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, resources, referrals to local and telehealth providers and support groups, culturally sensitive support, counselors who speak English and Spanish, and interpreter services in 60 languages. So there is that website. And shout out to the government for making that website a resource for moms out there for sure. So great conversation. So then we get to the Kendall Jackson vineyard, very beautiful vineyard, and I gotta give Toya her credit, because Phaedra said that she was a tennis expert, but for Toya to really dig in with this, I'm very, very proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her. So brunch is happening in the middle of this beautiful vineyard, and Dr. Jackie arrives and is feeling good, and so everybody's very proud of Dr. Jackie. And I think Toya said that when you go to the White House, I want to come with you. So Dr. Henley says, I know how to act at the White House. So, act versus act comes up, and it's this beautiful dinner. And so when you're at a dinner, food is paired with wine. So Dr. Simone wanted a rosé, but did not want to drink red wine. So Dr. Heavily toasts the sweet tea and tries to apologize for everything. So Toya brings Phaedra and, is talking to the executives at the PR executives at Kendall Jackson. So they talk about price points and ownership in terms of African Americans and wine. Phaedra said that Toya is elevating, and Sweet Tea brought some brown liquor. So she brought, I think she brought flasks for everybody. I think Dr. Heavily had some flasks as well. Um, so they had Pinot Noir as a sample. Um, yeah, they had Pinot Noir as a sample, in the PR meeting. And then Phaedra, throws an idea called Tasting and Talking with Toya, which I think was a great idea. And Toya said that she could work at Kendall Jackson. Now, slow down a second. Slow down a second. But also, too, is there not a diversity, equity, inclusion executive at Kendall Jackson? Maybe that's the way you should angle it, because you just getting started, respectfully. But anyway, so then we get to the guys in Atlanta. They're doing some virtual bowling, and then Dr. Alicia's husband is with the 1 and 5 year old. So for the first time ever, he is feeling overwhelmed, has a new appreciation for Dr. Alicia. So, Dr. G is happy about, Quad not being in the friend group anymore, but doesn't want to see a friend leave the group. Because, they talk about the whole situation with Quad and the ladies in Napa. So then there's a dinner at this restaurant called Brown Estate. Dr. Simone said that she wanted to invest more into her marriage, and Dr. Heavily says some things that should not be said. And Phaedra said, "Dr. Heavenly, you are not heavenly." So Dr. Alicia brings up the fact that she is independent because her mom was independent, right? And so her philosophy is, he's the head and he's the head and she's the neck, and the neck can't move without the head. So, Dr. Alicia took out hammer and screwdriver, things like that, and then said, "You're not a man." So Dr. Alicia is more outspoken with the ladies, according to Dr. Simone. And so then they talk about how men and women are wired differently, and how Sweet Tea said that Dr. G is about solution mode, but Sweet Tea wants him to listen to her. And then Phaedra and Dr. O are broken up. So then we get into the preview. So Phaedra did something that happened with the Atlanta Housewives. The the chakra thing and the therapy and all that. Relax yourself and things like that. I'm like, Phaedra, really? You bring in a storyline that happened this past season on Housewives to Married to Medicine, but then Sweet Tea says "uck you" to somebody. We don't know if it's Dr. Jackie or who. Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone are getting into it. Toya breaks something, and there's a group trip to Hilton Head. Sweet Tea asks about golden showers, and Dr. Heavenly says, "Why not?" Then there is an award show to celebrate the healthcare community or the medical community. Quad is back. Then Dr. Heavenly and Sweet Tea get into it. Dr. Alicia's husband said that the men don't have they can't dunk it. They can't dunk the ball through the hoop. So follow the analogy. Then Dr. Alicia and Toya get into it. Sweet Tea thinks that Dr. Jackie's man Curtis should be in the hot seat, and then Toya says to Phaedra, "Stay away from my man." But that she allegedly invited Phaedra to the bed. So that is your Married to Medicine review. So this is the mid-season. This is the mid-season break. So let me pull up Real Housewives of Potomac. Real Housewives of Potomac, and show y'all when that will be coming back. So that episode will be back January 7th, 2024. Painting Austin red. Karen's triple twin continues as the group takes on art project. The Grand Dame herself, the ladies wrap their trip up with a drag show, but then things turn shady when they're asked to participate. So that is that. And then Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine, I think, will also come back January 7th as well. Take a Napa. Toya surprises the ladies with a spa day that's messier than anticipated. Sweet Tea attempts to bridge the generational gap and bond between Heavenly and Jackie. Cecil and Eugene question Kimba's Cecil and Eugene question Kimba's opinions on marriage. So that is what is going on with that. And then, of course, I told y'all Jonathan Majors update on him. Let me do that there for y'all. Deadline.com. So this was breaking news here. Let me share this tab with y'all. Jonathan Majors fired by Disney and Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdicts. Actor play Kang the Conqueror. Jonathan Majors is out of the Marvel Studios kingdom. The news comes today in the wake of the Emmy nominated after being found guilty of reckless assault and harassment in his domestic violence trial by a six-person New York City jury. A studio rep confirmed the news about their decision not to move forward with Majors in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And we will get to this update as well with Jonathan Majors. Let me get that there. So Majors played mega villain He Who Remains, aka Kang the Conqueror, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Phase 4 through 6. Majors debuted as the character during Loki season 1 in 2021, and then continued in season 2 of this year, as well as the February movie Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which made over $476 million. Majors also had a back-to-back hit in Amazon MGM's Creed 3, which grossed over 275 million, having stuck with the actor over the months since his arrest on March 25th. WME, that's William Morris Endeavor, could continue to represent Majors. His longtime agent, Elan Rasapuli, testified briefly in Majors' defense last week as the last witness in the nearly 2-week trial. He Who Remains was plotted to be a big baddie during the MCU's Phase 5 and 6, with the character getting his own movie, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, scheduled for May 1st of 2026. That movie recently saw its director Shang-Chi's destined Daniel Cretton exit due to his busy dance car on other Marvel projects, to be determined in regards to whether Marvel keeps the character Kang intact while recast the part with another actor. Michael Walter recently tapped to write Avengers Kang Dynasty. This was after being set on the Phase 6 finale of Avengers Secret Wars. The Loki season 1 showrunner was brought aboard to give these Avengers movies a fresh new take, given the situation here with Majors. The season 2 finale of Loki seemed to leave the fate of Kang the Conqueror and his variant up in the air. It's not the first time the studio has to swap actors out for a very specific role. Very early on in the MCU, Terrence Howard was cast as Rodney in Iron Man. Talks broke down for Howard on a sequel. Don Cheadle stepped in to take over the role in the MCU. The actor playing him, Rodney, as recently as this year's Disney's Plus Secret Invasion. So, there was a Sundance Drama Magazine Films, which he played a disturbed amateur bodybuilder. The movie was snapped up. The movie was snapped up Searchlight for a December 8th theatrical release and award season run. However, pulled from the theatrical schedule by the Disney-owned label October. The pick's fate, whether it streams on Hulu, remains to be determined. Soon after his March arrest, he was fired by his manager, 360 Entertainment Publicist, the lead company. And so he was also let go of myriad of projects, including Protagonist Pictures' feature adaptation of the Walter Mosley novel Man in My Basement, an ad campaign for the Texas Rangers MLB team, as well as the unannounced 5th season Otis Redding biopic, which the actor was circling along with the U.S. Army campaign as well. Then here, Jonathan Majors found guilty of reckless assault and harassment. Actor plans fully clearing his name, defense lawyer declares. So you guys know about the charges. Let's see here. As the verdict was read Monday, Majors stood facing the jurors and remained completely still with his hands clasped, his face expressionless. I want no reactions in the courtroom, no outbursts, Gaffney said before the verdict was read. Majors, family members, and supporters in the first 2 rows also listened in silence as the jury 4-person announced Majors guilty on 2 counts and not guilty on 2 others. As Gaffney thanked the jurors, Majors sat between his lawyers and faced straight ahead. The Bible, notepad, the ceramic cup he had brought to court daily rested on the table in front of him after delivering the verdict. Judge Michael Gaffey reminded Majors that he remains under protective order to avoid all contact with Jabari. Arrested and promptly released on March 25th after the alleged show on Jabari. Major always insisted on his innocence. Months ago, he entered a not guilty plea to the charges. It says here at the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, we are committed to centering survivors in all of our work. District Attorney Alvin Bragg said in a statement soon after the verdict was delivered this afternoon. The evidence presented throughout this trial illustrate a psychological and emotional abuse, escalating patterns of coercion, far too common across the many intimate partner violence cases we see each and every day. Today, a jury determined that the pattern of abuse and coercion accumulated with Mr. Majors assaulting and harassing his girlfriend. We thank the jury for its service and the survivor for bravely telling her story despite having to relive her trauma on the stand. Jabari's lawyer, Brittany Henderson, said Monday justice has been served by today's verdict. Major's defense team didn't see it that way. They were planning to take that disagreement back to court. It is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story, what happened in the SUV, because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. Major's lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, said Monday, we are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Mr. Jabari, the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him. Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during these harrowing 8 months. Chaudhry added Mr. Majors still has faith in the process and look forward to fully clearing his name. She included in the beginning stage of the next round of this legal matter. So that is that. The jury went behind closed doors around 3:30 p.m. Eastern on December 14th. Gaffey read the charges and the material played down in court in the afternoon, December 15th. And then soon after deliberations on December 18th, the jury sent out 2 notes to the court asking to re-examine some of the case's evidence. Testified for several days since the much delayed trial officially started December 4th. Jabari told the court that Major struck her in the hand, violently twisted her hand and arm during a struggle for his phone March 24th. Still with no video from inside the car, jurors only had testimony from Jabari and the driver. So, both witnesses for the prosecution, but with contradictory recollections to go on. There was a lot, sometimes subjective video of the couple on the street in the aftermath of the alleged incident, including Majors trying to push back Jabari in the vehicle and Jabari chasing Majors down the sidewalk. We didn't cherry pick witnesses. Manhattan District Attorney, Assistant District Attorney Kelly Galloway said in closing arguments on December 14th, we want you to hear the whole truth. So that is that he has been found guilty. And here is some of the text messages there. And yeah, so yeah, it's definitely a cautionary tale for sure. I think that at the beginning, middle, end of the day, you gotta be careful with who you lay down with, because there is consequences for what we do. There's consequences for what we do. I'm looking at my phone here. It's trending at some point. Her store is live, so shout out to her. Oh, okay. But yeah, so I just want to come on just to do the review. Nikki News, thank you so much for being here. To be honest with you, I'm still going to do YouTube. I guess it's kind of a struggle, you know what I mean? Right now, because just I don't know why, but I feel like I'm being punished for something that I did, even though I took responsibility for everything. I do feel like there should be more people here. You know what I mean? Trust me, I'm not. I know I'm not the best person, but I'm also know I'm not the worst person either. But it is what it is. I'm gonna still keep doing YouTube. And I do believe in this channel, and it will turn around because there is a heaven waiting. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, for sure. I miss T Talk. I do. I miss T Talk. I miss Taisha J. I miss all of them. Um, I do want to go over and say hi, but also too, I don't want to be kicked out either. So I'm just trying to keep my distance. But I do miss her, love her, and appreciate her. I really do. She inspires me more than you all know, and hearing her voice makes me smile. So, but yeah, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can. Um, and like I said, with this Jonathan Majors thing too, um, I don't know if anyone else really covered it like I did. I mean, I know other people covered it. Oh, absolutely. They are both good women. Absolutely. I feel like T Talk and Taisha J, they are family to me. I just hope I'm just hope that they still feel like I'm family to them. You know what I mean? And I hope that, people do see the good in me on YouTube. I think there is good in me. I try my very best to give what I have, and not everything I give is going to come from the best place all the time, but I think the core of me is good. Like I said, this trial with Jonathan Majors has been pushed back so much, and I felt that, hey, listen, this is a big story that needs to be covered, so I covered it from the beginning all the way up to now. And I did that because guess what, us as black men need to cover things like this. You know what I mean? And we need to be able to be a resource for people. So yeah, so yeah, just trying to breathe, just trying to breathe. And Christmas is next week, so please enjoy your families. Um, me too, me too. Because I really do love her, and yeah, yeah, me too, me too. Um, yeah, so it's all good. I am very proud of her for her getting to her 5K, and she's a legend out here in these streets. So and shout out to Chef Don Don as well, for hitting 9,000 subscribers. He'll be at 10. I think what. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. I think Chef Don Don will be at 10K in the month of January. I really do. I think he's been doing the work, and he will be at 10K there. You know what I mean? So can't wait to see that happen for sure. Um, Trying to think who else. Of course, y'all know when Take Talks made it to 10K, we celebrate here. And yeah, I'm rooting for everybody. I am. And I know that what is to come is better than what's been. And yeah, so I'm still going to do YouTube. Um, and I do believe things can turn around. I really do. Um, And I really do love doing virtual tour live. It really does make me smile, makes me happy, and I'm able to give context to things that really do matter. You know what I mean? So yeah, so yeah. So let's look at some of these comments here. 55 comments. Good lord, there's a lot of comments. A lot of comments. So still a William Morris Endeavor client, his lawyer lost this case for him. She opened up the door to allow those text messages in, while also putting up a terrible defense that a 6 foot 210 pound man was getting his actual social self beat by a 5'4", 110 pounds lady. Flush Marvel down the toilet. Now he'll appeal on the grounds of ineffective counsel, because there have been historically miscarriages of justice based on racism. It doesn't mean that every single black person on trial is innocent. This shouldn't even have to be said. There appears to be a lot of idiots who seem to think that no black person can ever commit a crime. Sure, but this black man did not commit one holy mackerel. More comments here. I am a great man, even if he was acquitted. That statement alone would have damaged his career. I'm so sick of people playing the black card. The man's committed a crime, was found guilty. Color has nothing to do with it. Look at the evidence, and you will know that he was guilty of what he's been accused of. How many crimes has 45 committed, yet he's still walking around free? Okay, sure, but why are you screaming? To answer your questions based on history, that the fact that 99% of all leading actors in Hollywood are white, and there are few, there the very few black ones. There is no balance. You see, that's why it hurts more because black people, including all the kinds of minorities, are rare on that level, almost non-existent. Actually, non-existent. Period. He was the first in a very long time where where the was no limit in sight. Just to give you context of the why, etc. No one is questioning why it hurts more. They're calling out the people who refuse to believe a black man can be guilty of anything. This too shall pass by Felicia. But what happened to the claims? This was nothing. It would have been dropped in a matter of days. I'm just wondering with all who claim Majors was innocent in the comments section of these articles covering the story sections now admit they were wrong. Don't puff up your chest too much. The jury found him innocent of two more serious counts. Innocent people are found guilty all the time. The sad situation all around. Reading live comments here. Another black man railroaded by the system. Yeah, sure, but it has to be the system. It has to be because he's black. Can't be because of this documented history of abuse and the recording of the words coming out of his mouth when all else fails. Play the race card. Yeah, how dare he be convicted of the crimes he committed? Yet you know that this is his own horrible sense of judgment. Correct, he's black and innocent. Can't believe the system got another black man. I'm still hiring him. Great actor, good man. Okay, close, good actor. According to him, a great man, a great man. Here comes the two kinds of idiots in the comments: the misogynists and the ones that think that black celebrities can never be guilty of a crime. Down goes Mr. Major's career. Sad indeed. There's only one solution to be had here. Let's cancel all Marvel and only release real movies in theaters. This is the only way to be sure. So the movies would flop. No one wants artsy, fartsy films. The money, if done right, is just in the comic book films. Just as Sony and Disney. Remember, keywords if done right. Man, that would be great. I think these are the last comments here. What a disgusting man. Well, that was a short career. Thank you, jury. It seems that you really gave this case the proper attention and the right verdict. I pray that your boy will get counsel and stop dating monsters. I pray Mr. Majors gets a long sentence to fulfill his laughable good man ideals. Good coverage from Deadline. If you're going to report the cross claim filed against her, you may want to include that was filed months later by his attorney, not him personally. It was a transparent defense tactic that didn't work, even though the judge thought it would be weird and immaterial. Balls in your court, Disney. They'll recast, obviously, removing Kang entirely would be a disaster. Um, and untowing and kowtowing to the Ed fanboy mobs and bringing Disney's actual path to ruin. Yep, any thoughts on who will be the new Kang? People online pushing for Bodega, but I'm not sure he wants to do another Disney franchise. Still waiting on the exploratory evidence. Mr. Chaudhry, exactly one of the most insufferable attorneys, which says like goodbye Kang Dynasty. Travesty of justice. The only reason this happened was because he was a successful black man. Makes me sick. Majors is innocent. His name cleared ASAP. 45 will free him. 45 will free him and make demands that he'll do to win the election. Larry Hoover, Young Thug, Tory Lanez, Julian Assange, January 6th protester, Young Chop, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Rudy Giuliani, Kodak Black again. Well, jury found him guilty, and your comments deranged. Not everything is racism and bigotry. He's not. He's guilty. He was convicted for smiling emoji by career. Found guilty by jury at 6, they were every day for 2 weeks. They saw the evidence needed to find him guilty. So what's your excuse for still defending this man? Let me guess, because he's a black man in America. By King, don't let the multi-dimensional door close up on your actual social self on the way out. Oh my Lord. Of course he was. If it was a white girl in jeopardy or even with indigestion, the brother was going to be found guilty. Exactly. And Kang is out by Felicia. What a shame. I'm not going to debate his guilt or innocent. But Jonathan Majors was easily one of the most exciting new talents to arrive at Hollywood. Years of genuine talent with the potential to become something special, and now it's all over. Sound like they were both a-hole. She pressed charges first. Good riddance. Kang, there goes his career. Sometimes I don't think these actors knows that there are a million people could step in their shoes and call us trouble. Justice. Maybe Arnold Hammond can hook him up with a gig selling timeshares. This won't be enough to cancel him. Give it a pause, an apology tour, and some convenient context. More spending than a Wonka candy machine. Excuses are just like that. This will be all gone. People don't care. Those were the comments from deadline.com. A very mixed bag of comments from what I read. I see that some people are saying, he is not guilty. Some people are saying are, and the race car is being played of, he is a black man. And some people are saying not everything is about race. Sometimes you are guilty for doing a crime. And listen, I think based on the evidence that they saw, I think he was going to be guilty on what we saw, but he also was not guilty on two other charges. So that is the verdict from the people. And listen, it was a 3-3 jury, 3 men, 3 women jury. And so whew, a lot going on. A lot going on. Let me see if TMZ got anything. Let me see. Let me see here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else here about Jonathan Majors here. Okay, so let me show y'all this from TMZ. The verdict came down Monday in New York City. The actor was found guilty on 1 count of reckless assault in the 3rd degree and guilty of harassment. Remember, he initially been slapped with 8 separate charges, all pertaining to alleged assault and harassment. But before things kicked off, the district attorney's office agreed to drop 4 of them in an effort to consolidate their complaints. So I'm thinking that is his mom. That's Megan Good there. He was acquitted on 2 other charges, 1 count of intentional assault and 1 count of aggravated assault, but now he faces a maximum sentence of up to a year behind bars. The trial, which lasted about 2 weeks, had some standout moments right from the jump. In open statements where prosecutors alleged Majors had a history of violence in his relationship, and that March incident in question was simply the latest example. So that is Majors there. I think they're running. By the way, y'all, this right here, Million Roses, go get some. It really is a good brand. I remember Kim Pyre gave away some of those. I'm like, that would be nice to give away to somebody. So, and they last for a very long time. I think they last for like a year, I think. So yeah, here's some footage here. Whew, man. So you'll be since February 6th. So it definitely was a day today for sure. So yeah. Yes, indeed. So man. And of course, like I said, I will be back here tomorrow to give y'all another edition of Virtual Tour Live. Of course, as you guys know, I do my topics the day of, unless I do see some topics that, I think, I will send to myself just so I can have them. So, but yes, indeed, we definitely will talk tomorrow. And honestly, I will leave a I'll leave a poll up to ask if you guys want me to still continue going live on Mondays because right now, because the season is a mid-season break. Sorry, I don't because the season's a mid-season break. I may not go live Monday, but I'll ask y'all on the community tab if y'all want to still go live Monday. So yeah, with that being said, let me get the daily motivator up. Let me get it up here. It's time for the daily motivator. A man's mind, once stretched by a new idea, never regains its original dimensions. Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. Powerful, powerful, powerful. It's time for the daily motivator from Monday, December 18th, 2023. Spark of hope. Focus on the opportunities preserved through the difficulties. Remind yourself that those difficulties and opportunities are often two aspects of the same reality. Offer yourself the wisdom to consider different perspectives on the same situation. As you do so, take good care of yourself, nurture and engage your potential to bring out whatever happens, to bring the good out whatever happens. Your circumstances are never perfect in every way, neither are they ever without hope. From a tiny spark of hope, take a tiny step, feel the power of doing so, of the difference it makes, then take another step a little more ambitious. When the pains are more evident, the opportunities are still there. Continue to choose hope and reliably act on it, for that's what is bringing you more to a positive place. Ralph Morrison. I appreciate this spark of hope because I feel like we all need it. You know what I mean? As Christmas is coming up next week, the spark of hope that I am believing for is that the mental state that people feel like they're in, they don't have to be in. That's one. Number two, a spark of hope is levels to it. You know what I mean? I think there was a brother named Matthew Stepanek, and he was in a wheelchair. You guys may remember him from the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he was just so inspirational. He had disease, but he had this legendary smile. And here's a fun fact: Oprah was going to end her show at season 20, but because of Matthew Stepanek, she ended it at season 25. So a little boy who had spark of hope helped a grown woman decide to end her talk show after 25 years. So we got 5 more years because a young man said a spark of hope, or had spark of hope. And finally, I think that everyone has something to give to the world. And just know, as you are giving, you're not going to always make the best decisions in how you give. But as long as you are giving good, you will always receive good back to you. So, with that being said, that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. I think we are about to be at 1 hour, which is mind-boggling to me. I've never been at an actual hour show. Because usually these last like what, maybe like an hour, 30 minutes. But yeah, so oh wow. Got some breaking news here. Volcano erupts in Iceland near power plant. A volcano in Iceland began erupting with lava fountains reaching up to 330 feet and the glow visible from the central Reykjavik. Wow. Well, hopefully Iceland is okay for sure. Um, well, with that being said, it is time for the best outro on YouTube. Um, know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born a blessing. And trust, you may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Why is one thing? Call yourself is nothing. Be chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. Hopefully, by spending time together, we'll rise up to be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or just recognizing, keep going, because there's something in you that needs to come out. because you know that what you have to give is bigger than what you're going through. Make sure the replay is not just for if you watch it, not just for if you listen to it, but if you want to experience it again. I love you. I value, I embrace you all, wherever obstacles you ever come, wherever successes you have achieved. I'm extremely proud of you. Extremely proud of you. But if no one else is proud of you, be proud of your damn self. Understand? And in order to receive love, you gotta give it. Or receive love, you gotta give it. Or receive love, you gotta give it. And I really do want to thank each and every one of you. It's funny. I look at my YouTube numbers. I try to look at my YouTube numbers at least once a day, the demographics and stuff. And I saw that I had some mails coming. I'm like, yeah, to the mails for sure, for sure. And I definitely appreciate the mails for coming through because, I do believe that as men, we deserve to showcase the layers of our humanity of who we are. You know what I mean? And so I was looking at my analytics for content, right? And so this is what it's telling me. So for new viewers, 1,100 something new viewers, and returning viewers, 983 people. So it goes to show me that my videos are bringing in new viewers, but what's returning, y'all, is the live stream. And honestly, tell you the truth, I really, and these are the analytics here, but honestly, tell you the truth, I really do appreciate that because I think to me, life is just simpler. I'm able to cover a lot more things in a live than doing 8 to 6 videos. Not saying that I can't do it because I have shown y'all that I can do video form, but I do think when you do a video, it constrains you a bit that once that video cuts off, that's it. When you know that there might be something out of context, but here we're able to air things out. And so for the views for the last 28 days, for the videos, 2,200 views, live stream 3,400 views. So for my videos, like I said, 2.2 views. Impressions, I'll show y'all the impressions because I'm willing to show my numbers. See that? 64,100 views. My shorts, I haven't really done a lot of shorts, but my lives though, 3.4 views. But y'all, when I tell y'all my impressions, 80, hang on, let me see. It should show up here. 85,200 impressions. 85,200 impressions. 85,200 impressions. So, I'm eternally grateful to each and every one of you. And I try my very best to make sure that with each live I do that there is something that you can feel that's real. There's something that is quite joyful, that's quite excellent, and that it makes you want to come back, because I think content creation is difficult because when you're getting started, you don't know who your audience is. So you're trying to do anything and everything to connect with them, and you're going to make mistakes along the way. But that doesn't mean that you're not a mistake in trying to connect with people. And right now with the Love and Marriage Huntsville videos, the biggest one that I'm seeing that y'all are tapping into is that just because you bring things to the table doesn't mean you'll be fixed at the table with 127 views. Perspective and emotions are in the eyes of the beholder with 90 views. And then sometimes we need to be still before we make any moves, and all moves do not need to be made with 75 views. So y'all are definitely throwing down with the channel. I definitely want to say thank you so much and appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah, it gets difficult doing this job because, listen, do I not do my job on my thumbnails, or do I not do my job on my thumbnails though? I always try to give y'all something with the thumbnail. It was funny because, Melody, she posts to, Melody, she posts on her Instagram, right? And so she was asking people what were their favorite moments, right? And so I said, and listen, here's how many people liked the comment. 15 people have liked my comment. I said, honestly, my favorite moment was the strength of you knowing what you want and not apologizing for it. I meant to say not apologizing, but I do voice to text a lot. I said this on my virtual tour live on YouTube when you were talking about being talked to in the bedroom. It was more about claiming you and embracing you and loving your energy. And I thought that as a woman was really attracted to stand 10 toes down for what you want than the two male idiots that both done wrong to counsel each other. Could have been cut, but other than that, was an amazing episode. And then Melody said, Braylon, I'm always going to stand 10 toes down. So here's my comment here, 15 likes. And then there's Melody saying, I'm always going to stand 10 toes down. Um, my response to her was, as you should. Like I said, I think people's perspective on love and intimacy is war because I think we don't do the internal work on ourselves. We don't do the internal work on who we need to be for ourselves, and we expect too much of others. We can't expect us out of other people. So no, I hope you find your joy. I really do. And listen, if a man can't claim you, he don't deserve you. Listen, when I posted that comment, I didn't expect people to like it. I really did, because like when she talked about truly of she wanted to be talked nasty to in the bedroom. I think she just wants somebody to love her, somebody to appreciate her, somebody to embrace her for who she was and who she is, and what she's giving in a relationship. So I recognize that was more about quality, not quantity. And when I mean quantity of, and what I meant by quantity, I mean the quantity of things that you can do for somebody, but the quality of what you give. You know what I mean? So, but that was cool. She responded to me though. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna say hey to trending real quick here. I don't know if she's still alive or not. How does she know if I've been Just say hey to her. Hey, good people, and congratulations on the store trending. There we go. So wanted to give some love there, for sure. So because that's a big deal to have your own store open. Here's the thing: I would like to do a store. You know what I mean? The only thing is, um, I believe that you should do a store when you have a big enough audience for it, right? Because you don't want to do a store at 1,000 people and then you don't have the audience. But also too, I've been thinking about doing memberships as well. But also too, I know not everybody has money for a membership, so I've been trying to play around with that. But also too, I'm like already do like what 5 shows a week. So I don't know what else I can do. I know I could do members only videos as well. Probably member only lives, but I really am trying to think about it. If y'all got any suggestions, feel free to leave it in the live chat when I ask it, or if I post something to the community wall, let me know. Um, but yeah, so I really do try to support everybody. I really mean that. Oh wow, that's interesting. There's a new dating app called Switch. I just saw this from Isaac Hayes. Um, it's live audio speed dating app. Hmm, interesting. Let me see what time it is. Oh, 7 to 8 p.m. Okay, gotcha. Oh, y'all, it's a black owned app. How cool is that? Okay. Okay, I will definitely try to attend for sure. Let me see here. Yeah, I will definitely try to attend that because that could be a huge opportunity for sure. Hmm. So how this? Let me see. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I know I said I was gonna go, but we're here. I am gonna turn off my camera though because I've been on for a full hour. But yeah, let's look up this app real quick. My SWITCH app because this is really interesting. This is really interesting. So I'm gonna bring this up. So it says connect with real people with live audio speed date. So you listen to voice notes to connect, record, listen, and send personalized voice notes to who you connect with for a live audio speed date. Go live audio. Go on live audio 3 minute speed dates. Interesting. So there's an event coming soon. That's the thing there. So we're gonna go to Start Engine. So Start Engine is it's if you think of Kickstarter and Indiegogo and things like that, that's what Start Engine is. Um, so we'll play this video here. Now hopefully I won't get banned off of Start Engine, but we'll see.
We're two college educated,
both with masters at that.
former college athletes.
Mildly attractive.
Speak for yourself.
I said that for you, Kiki.
Anyways, clearly we have great personalities.
So I'm sure you're all asking yourselves, why are they single?
And that's the big question. Why are so many people single when they have connectivity at their fingertips?
At Switch, we conducted research, and what we found, simply put, is that the current online dating models suck.
And that's why we're here to switch it up. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Switch, Kiana Mincy.
And I'm the COO and co-founder of Switch, Corey Staples.
We've developed a product that not only solves the current dating pain points, but it also innovates the way we connect by simply putting the conversation first. Connect first.
Judge later.
Switch.
My ideal date? Karaoke, 1000%.
Next battle, I'm about to go bigger and better. If I ever lose, set it on first and never. If I ever lose, set it on bigger and better. Eating roller coaster come bigger, bolder, faster. I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum.
I like pineapple on pizza, but today's Tuesday. Do you like tacos?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't?
Well, I know a good spot in town for great birria tacos.
As long as they have chips and guac, I'm down. ATL has my heart, but I really need a stint in Paris.
Okay, Miss Emily in Paris.
Tell investors to invest in Switch because this is something that I think is going to be enormously successful because we're at a transition point right now with dating. I think younger people are a lot more into technology and communicating rather than just looking at photos all the time. It's video, it's audio. I think it's a new ground and more intimate space where people want to be able to have relationships and build relationships. So the success of the platform is something that is ahead of its time. It's very new, it's very different, and I think that will separate them from all the other platforms. I don't know these girls. No, I'm kidding. I invested in Switch because I think Switch is a phenomenal idea. It's innovative, it's creative. I think audio and dating going together is a platform that hasn't been done before, a landscape that has not been combined before. But most importantly, I'm investing in Kiki and Corey because I believe in their vision, I believe in their passion, and their idea for what the future is of dating. And when you're investing in startups and companies, you are investing in the founder just as much as you are the product. So that is why I invested in Switch.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Kiki.
It's time to make the switch.
You know what? I gotta tell you something. I really love. First of all, I love the two ladies for sure. I think great energy. Number two, hey Leslie, welcome in. Glad to have you here. Feel free to come on up and click the link. I know last time you were trying to come on up, and we were trying to see if we can get you up. But glad to have you here. I really do love this app. I definitely will be at the Q&A tomorrow, so it's gonna be interesting because I will be I will be here with y'all on tour, but then I will be with them, and it will be a Q&A session. So I think what I will probably do, because I don't really see um I don't really see truly anybody working with YouTubers on dating apps, but I do think that because it is audio, they may need a YouTube channel. And so I thought, how cool would it be, to be able to, do something really big. So yeah, I definitely will be there tomorrow night for sure. So yeah, welcome in, Leslie. Glad to have you here. Hopefully all is well with you. But yeah, I really do love the app. I think it's a great idea. And not to mention too, being able to have conversation leads to connection. It is, because I mean, conversation is intimacy. It really is. Um, so here it is here. Switch uses patent pending technology to improve the dating app experience, aid in reducing stress, anxiety, and depression among users utilizing traditional swipe based dating apps. Switch has redefined dating apps, blending gamification, features such as icebreaker questions, conversation, drivers, future intent to integrate AI. We believe we outshine the competition in this $2.98 billion industry. We have a relationship with iHeartMedia, and one of their primetime hosts for 96.1 Atlanta radio, and raised almost 200,000 prior to launching on the iOS App Store. Our women-led business is ready to keep going. So how this app works is real-time voice call. Get to know your potential match with a 3-minute voice call. Our unique functionality includes a home feed where users can scroll through profiles and listen to voice notes, set up conversations with those who pique their interest. We also offer a randomized live roulette function that allows you to connect with someone based on your preferred settings, with profiles initially blurred. Plus, we provide engaging conversation topics to kickstart interactions with those who need help. So you got one-on-one roulette, one-on-one requests. You got icebreakers and an audio profile there. So join Switch on our mission to revolutionize the way we connect to find love. 54% believe swipe culture is negatively affecting the current online dating landscape. It dehumanizes people, prioritizes surface level dating. 47 47% of people believe dating apps with swipe method, Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge do not help people find a real connection. Now, I will say this: I agree and disagree. I'm good. I'm going to try and come up with my phone as it doesn't work on my iPad. Okay, all good, beautiful. We are right here with you. Glad to have you here. Can't wait for you to come on up. Now, I will say this: I do love Hinge. I'll tell you why. Because Hinge, it forces you to bring your best self. So, like, if you like a profile, like for example, I'm looking at one now, you can click on any one of them. But here's the thing: once you press that like button, that's it. That's it. So if it's like green, they got all different types of prompts. Let me go to my profile just so that way I can give y'all, what Hinge is like. Let me see here. So you have writing prompts like the hallmark of a good relationship. I picked the first part of the date. You pick the second. My love language is. There's a video prompt. There's a prompt poll. There's a voice prompt as well. So I really do love the fact that Hinge is actually interactive because it's not just surface level. But I do agree though, when you are swiping left and right, um, there's only so much you can do. And I think that I do think people want to date, but also too they don't want to be disrespected with their time. You know what I mean? And if you don't get chosen, that can really get to you after a while because it's like, good damn, what did I do? You know what I mean? But then sometimes too, people don't check their dating gaps either. But I do actually really like this. And I think that this definitely could be something big. As you can see here, 72,000 previously crowdfunded, 47 investors, A2, not A2. I'm switching up numbers, y'all. $28,806.48 evaluation, $5.3 million, which is a good which is a very, very good valuation. Um Genuine connectivity simplifies and gentrifies dating, removes superficiality, intuitive matchmaking algorithm guide conversations, and inclusivity. And then, of course, they have this business model here. So they have a free tier, right? So 10 likes per day, and 3 live chat requests per week. And then they have Switch Premium, unlimited likes, and 5 one-on-one live chat requests per week. So you have in-app user purchases. So one-on-one live chat requests for $2, 3 live requests for $5, and then 10 live one-on-one requests for $12. We also allow consumers the opportunity to switch their account to unlock more features, but also provide other businesses and companies to sponsor our icebreaker and conversation drivers to help their brand awareness. We believe we are a consumer-based brand with highly scalable business-to-business structure. Unlike our competitors, our revenue drivers are seamlessly integrated into the interface by not disrupting the user experience, rather enhancing it. Users can engage with sponsor conversation drivers, icebreaker questions, interactive ads to promote engagement, leading to authentic matches. So this is the projected app. This is the projected growth of the global dating app market. So in 2022 it was 2.84 billion, 2.98, 2023, 2024, and by 2027 will be $3.9 billion industry. So this is what the competitors have here. The only thing that they have is in common, rather, is account verification. And to further gauge our commitment, we have organized 3 successful speed dating events in the Atlanta area, generating excitement, allowing us to gather usable feedback. Our founders, Kiki and Corey, have showcased their entrepreneurial prowess by winning a pitch competition, receiving the Orange Choice vote, recognizing our impact and potential. Switch was awarded with the Show You Off grant, specifically designed for Black women-led businesses, and we've raised over 200,000, and we are ready to keep going. Because then they won't have to mute the segment. But anyway, y'all see the dating. I just realized that too. Like, this is the thing I can't stand about YouTube. Like, can we just have content to be content? Really? You don't want to be afraid every time you're doing what you're doing, right? So, but yes, indeed. So as you guys can see, there is conversations happening there. Questionnaires there. And it looks like what they're doing is, oh, by the way, y'all, Trendon is almost at 6,000 subscribers, y'all. She's almost at 6,000 subscribers. That is amazing. She definitely will get there for sure. Oh, hang on. Here are some testimonials here.
For myself, I thought it was going to be a little weird and random, kind of a little scared coming into it. But you get here and everything is just like everybody's here for the same reason, So it was very welcoming. It was a lot of fun. I would definitely come out again.
I had a lot of favorite matches. I was really surprised by matching with people that normally in a dating app I wouldn't pick. But because we had such a cool connection, I matched with them and I really liked it. So I really love that.
I think it's cool to like be able to hear someone talk to you, and not just in the little like audio message thing that's on a lot of the apps, but like in a conversation way.
I think that the whole conversation aspect is super important, and I definitely found tonight that like you were able to learn a lot from others, like based on conversation. So yeah, I think it's like a really good focus and like premise of a dating app.
And you know what I love? It's basically a S just turned downward. So I really do like that. Um, so yeah, I really, really do like this. This is the team here. Um, and shout out to both of these ladies here. Um, okay, all right. Media studies and masters in integrated global communication. All right now. Listen, same thing with Corey Staples, Bachelor of Science in Telecommunications, news from Florida, news from University of Florida, and Master of Science from Florida A&M University in management. And so you got some advisors here. You got Isaac Hayes, who has done, who's on Fan Base for sure, and then CMO advisor. Um, Josh Kelly is a strategic marketing specialist over 7 years of managing social media. And so he spends more than 2 hours on Switch. So deadlines February 15th, 2024. If you want to invest, is 52 cents per share. So there is a webinar happening tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be there for sure. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and register now while I'm here on the phone. Not on the phone, but while I'm here with y'all. But yeah, because listen, one thing to know about me and two things for sure, I am a hustler, baby. I just want you to know. So yeah, I definitely will be. Let me go ahead and register. Let me do, no, let me do. Okay. All right, so I am signed on. Go to my account, type in the verification code. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, awesome sauce. Hang on. Oops, sorry. Okay, got that. Okay, got it. Okay, so I got that there. So email has been sent. So I will be there at the Switch thing and here. And Leslie, feel free to come on up. We are going to stay right here until you can come on up because I would love to hear your voice and get to know you more for sure. Yes, indeed. 4 people in the building. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Really does mean the world to me. And love y'all very much. So we are here just chilling out and very excited too. So it's going to be a Q&A session as well. So let me see. So yeah, let me see here. Oh yeah, so it basically says here, after a short introduction and following a brief presentation and live product demo, Kiki and Corey will ensure that their audience has their answers answered in the Q&A session. So it looks like 28 people are going, which is actually kind of a good thing. That's 28 people going. I'm not saying that I don't want it to be a huge crowd, but the good thing about that is the smaller the audience, the more opportunity you have to connect. So because there's only like 20 people going, that will allow, that will allow good things to happen. So hopefully I'll be able to go in, do what I do, and say, "Hey, listen, got this YouTube channel," and I think that Switch would be great for YouTube, and to have the Switch podcast, and to talk to people about dating and relationships and stuff like that. And there you go. So, but yes, indeed, two people in the building, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Glad to have all of you here in the building. Yes, indeed. We are live on tour. Mm. Good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. We are just chilling out, y'all. Glad to have y'all here in the building for sure. Just go over this new thing I've called Switch. So I'm gonna have to be on. I'm gonna have to be on both um, phones. Well, not phones. I'm gonna have to be on both devices tomorrow. So I'll be here with y'all, and then I will be on. Yeah, so I'll be on my laptop here tomorrow, and then I'll be on my phone as well. So yes, indeed. I really do like the concept. Though. I think it definitely could take off for sure, and it'd be a really good thing. So 3 people in the building. Thank you all so much for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe here. Y'all, speaking of everything that's going on, the Jasmine brand 3 minutes ago says Terrence Howard trends after fans call for him to replace Jonathan Majors in Marvel films. I would pay any money to see Marvel bring back Terrence Howard to replace Majors as Kang. Man, Terrence Howard has the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Jonathan Majors and Terrence Howard fumbling Marvel bags. How fucking funny it would be if Marvel offered Kang, the Kang wrote to Terrence Howard. So listen, I mean, anything is possible. I never give up on hope. Never, ever, 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 ever. Yes, indeed. So glad to have all y'all here. I think I did I pin the StreamYard link. Let's see. Did I drop the link? No, I did not. Okay, hang on. Hang on, let me do that. Sorry, y'all. Let me do that. I'm like, wait a minute. How do you come up when I haven't posted the link? There it is. Silly, silly me. Silly, silly me. There you go. The link is now pinned. Sorry about that, y'all. The link is now pinned. I'm glad to have all of you here. So feel free to come on up, chill out with me if you want to. 5 people in the building. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that very, very much. We are all just chilling out here. Yes, indeed. Oh man. Can y'all believe we're almost into a new year? Like in a couple of weeks, it will be 2024. That's crazy. I feel like time is getting more away from me than ever. Hey Leslie, welcome in.
Hi, Brandon.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Welcome in. Welcome in. And I'm glad that you're up here because last time it was a little bit difficult, but glad to have you up here. How are you doing this evening?
Tired, and I'm about to turn this camera off.
No, go listen. I totally feel you. You are totally fine. There's no judgment up here. There's no judgment.
All righty. Yeah, the last time I was trying to come up and talk to you, the it wouldn't let it kept blocking my mic and my camera on my iPad. 'Cause, this
Understood.
iPhone is too small for these old eyes.
No,
So
understood.
yeah.
Understood. Well, no, it is good to have you up here for sure. So what is your take on whatever you want to talk about at this point? This is the chill part of our show, and feel free to say anything on your mind. So
Well, I was on a different live, so I kind of missed your commentary on the Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine, so I'm gonna have to watch the replay.
all good.
But yeah, I just want because the last time I didn't have a voice that night.
Understood.
So yeah, so I was like, oh man, but yeah. So I can finally talk again, which is not a good
No.
thing. Which is not a good thing for everybody that's actually around me.
Oh, you're listen. Listen, it is totally fine. What do you think about this whole Jonathan Majors thing? I mean, it's been it's a way to start off the week for sure.
Um, I'm not surprised. The good thing for him is that it's just misdemeanors. So he's probably not going to get any jail time, but he definitely is probably going to lose a lot of opportunities.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think he'll still be able to act, just not on the major platform like he's accustomed to.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that this is definitely going to humble him for sure. And also too, I hope that we do hold him to account, but also too, we have to be able to recognize at some point in time we have to move on as well. You know what I mean? And also too, I'm thinking about Megan Good and her family as well, and Grace, because this is a lot.
it
Um,
is.
and no one ever wants their private business to go public. You know what I mean? Because some of our closets ain't clean either.
Oh
Um,
yeah, and everybody makes mistakes. And the one thing I hate about our country, you can do something wrong and people want to punish you for the rest of your life.
that part. That part,
So,
I totally agree. I think there's a difference between canceling somebody because they deserve to be canceled and holding someone accountable when you
hmm,
know that they can do better.
yeah,
And I think we interswitch those a little too conveniently,
I do.
for sure. You know what I mean? So
That is so true. And yeah, I look at it like this. Um, if it wasn't for cameras, we wouldn't know everybody's business.
that's
Because if a
true.
lot of stuff I did when I was younger was on camera, I'd probably be canceled for the rest of my life.
No, understood. No, you know what? I
You
feel
know?
like everybody kind of feels that way because
Hmm.
when you it's interesting going from a kid to an adult. When you are a kid, you're just doing anything and everything just to fit in with friends, to find your place to fall. And you got these parents that are, your overlords in some shape, form, or fashion, and you're trying not to disappoint anyone. You know what I mean? Actually, let me take this down and by the way, y'all, that address right there that y'all see, I am not doing the oxing thing. That is public information right there. Okay, so I just
Yeah.
want that to be very clear. But I think on Kickstarter and Indiegogo they don't show the address, but it shows it right there. So just want everybody to just know that, just so we can be cool. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I really do believe that, as you become an adult, finding your way to adulthood is very difficult. And so I do believe that Jonathan does need to change his ways. There's no way that you can say to somebody that that I would commit suicide if you left me. That is manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, it really is disrespectful because people who care, they have that heart that when you tell them something, it gets to them. And stress is a killer. It is. And I don't think that that was right at all. I know Megan Good's probably going to want to stick by him, but I think for Megan Good's own personal health, I think she just needs to breathe. Um, you know what I mean? And just recognize that it's okay to separate right now because this is a lot on all of y'all, really. Um, and they said they're gonna retry it in court, but I mean, listen, if you retry it in court and it's the same verdict, then it's just pounding in and reinforcing everything that's already been said. So,
He should have taken the deal that they offered him because it was still a misdemeanor and it probably wouldn't have even been made public.
right.
So I just wish he had done that.
Yeah, I think you know what I think it is. I think when someone is coming against you, you know, and it's everything that you worked hard for and stood for, you do want to give it a fair shot before giving up. So I
But I
do
mean, he had to have known that all the text messages and everything was going to.
come out. Yeah,
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why these people don't understand this day and age. You can delete whatever you want to delete off your phone and they can still retrieve it.
right.
So, yeah, I just wish it was a different situation for him. But I think he's going to be okay. Like I
Yeah,
said, it's not a felony. He's not going to do prison time for it. It's a misdemeanor. Domestic violence, you know, it shouldn't be tolerated. But I think it was domestic violence on both parts, though. So I don't know. I just pray for the brother.
yeah, same, same. I think that the way he was carrying himself and the way she was carrying herself, there was definitely blame on both sides for sure. But I think also too, in the same token, I do think that this is on Jonathan too, because
Oh,
I
most
think,
definitely.
and I think the reason why they did do the guilty verdict was because, I mean, y'all saw the evidence. We covered it here live on tour together. That from the text messages and saying I will commit suicide and don't go to the hospital and this and that, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you did that.
He
Like
did.
that, like there's no way of covering that up. There ain't no way that somebody hacked my phone. Like even if somebody wanted to hack a phone, like that's not a thing that you would hack a phone to say when that could get out. So I like you did
And
what you did.
he definitely needs help. He definitely needs some serious therapy because if he did it once, to me, he'll do it again. Maybe with someone else, or maybe he's done it with someone else in the past and it just wasn't made public.
Right.
So he definitely needs to get some help.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree that he needs help. But I think also, too, I think Grace needs help too in terms
Yeah,
of,
both of them.
yeah, because, Grace said, and I quote, that I fell in love too quickly. And, listen, I know what it is to want a relationship. And when you have it, you don't want to give that up because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. It's just like you're with your girlfriend or whatever, you with your boyfriend, but then this other person who used to be in your life comes back around. It's just like, well, damn, we did have good memories, but then you're in this relationship. So it's just like you don't want to hurt either one of them, but you also know that you got to make a decision. So I think for Grace, just to let herself know that, hey, listen, you went through this, but also make sure you have the resources so you can be better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because I think this time Okay, the evidence is out there that this has happened, but how are you all going to move forward after this? That is the real question, because if this repeats again for her and she's in a different relationship, then at that point it would be more on her for staying in a relationship. And the same thing with Jonathan Majors, that if he's in another relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not wishing this on Megan Good or to any woman that he's with, but if it does happen again and another woman comes out, then guess what? At that point, bro, you are who you are. You know what I mean? So just
Mm-hmm.
on both sides, just make sure you take accountability for what you have done. And listen, I know that the race car is being played into this because yes, he is a black man, but also too, this is a black man who did some ish. We cannot
Exactly.
ignore that, no matter how much we want to protect somebody. You know what I mean? And I think the biggest thing that I've come to recognize from this is that even though right now and really for these next couple of weeks, because there's going to be a lot of commentary videos, there's going to be a lot of live panels, the networks are going to be covering it. I do think that as we are covering this, we also need to recognize that we need to be responsible for what we say too. Because as this verdict came out, some woman today told a family member that they've been in a violent relationship today. Some woman is activating a game plan for her and her kids to move to a domestic violence shelter. And also domestic violence happens to men too. But what I'm saying is there's a lot of people opening themselves up today. And so just recognize that everybody is going through something. So just let's give love, grace, and space as we have these conversations that are going to be intense, that are going to be uneasy, and that are going to be difficult to navigate. But I often believe you can have any conversation if you know what is being talked about, why it's being talked about, and what's important of the conversation. If you have those three things, you can navigate any conversation. The only way you won't be able to navigate a conversation is if you're trying to be right more than want to be happy and guide people to a solution.
That's true. That is so true. You know, a lot of people say you don't know what you do if you're in that situation. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gone the first time.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And I think
Oh
people
yeah.
say and I think people say you don't know what you'll do because every situation is in the eye of the beholder. And that's a very valid fact. That's a very valid fact. We don't know what we don't know, but also
Oh
too,
yeah.
when we do know what we do know, we also have to say, hey, listen, mm-mm, no, no.
Yeah, I
And
mean, cause it happened to me when I was in high school. I didn't speak to that person for 10 years.
oh wow.
So yeah, that's why I say I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Right,
And everybody was mad. Oh, y'all been together for so long, and yeah, we'll be apart just as longer.
right. No, absolutely. Absolutely right. And I and
Yeah.
I and I really do feel truly that if you are that one person in your family, like mud to the damn DEA, that will say the quiet part out loud that needs to be said,
Hmm.
just know this. Your role is necessary, important, and it does matter in the family.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
if no one says it, then what you don't confront, you allow.
I
And
was I was so shocked
yes,
because we had never had any type of physical, altercation. And when it happened, I was in such shock. I don't even think I fought back. But all I could think
mm,
about, because I'm a Pisces, all I could think
hmm,
about was how to kill this person and get away with it. And I was 17
understood,
years old. That's all I could
understood.
think about. and and my spirit had to guide me then. Cut
Right.
all communication.
Right.
No, we don't need to talk. We don't need to ever be in each other's presence again.
Right.
And it took 10 years to talk to that person again.
Mm,
So, we finally, talked about it, but that was
sure.
it took 10 years to have that conversation.
Right.
So,
No, for
that's just
sure.
something I have never put up with. I'm like, no.
Right.
I don't even play fight with guys. I'm like,
Right.
I don't even play fight.
Right.
So,
Right, because somebody will take it a little too seriously, and there'll be a situation that doesn't have to be. And I do want to say this because, for one, I really do appreciate when people come up here with their vulnerability. I just want to put the context on. That's how Leslie W. felt back then.
oh, and it's Lacey.
Oh, sorry, Lee. I'm so sorry. Look,
It's okay.
look. I am Steve. And Steve. I love you when I say this. I am Steve Harvey from Miss Universe. Okay, when it comes
It's
to
okay.
names.
Because at
So,
first I was referring to you as Brandon for the longest. And I'm like, oh, his name is Braylon.
so no. Say your name one more time, Beals, just so that way I'll get straight up right.
Lacey.
Lisi.
Like you're
So
like you're leasing a car or
yes,
apartment. You're the leasee. Yeah, that's
yes.
how it's pronounced.
So I do want
Mm-hmm.
to say this. This is how Lisi felt back then.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how she feels now. And I know that
Oh
some
no,
people
if
may.
somebody put their hands on me today, I ain't speaking to them for 10 years.
No, no, no. I was saying of the fact that you wanted to off them back then. I was just saying that was for
Oh
back
yeah.
then.
Oh
Because
yeah.
because
That's all
sometimes.
that's all I could think of day
Oh
and
yeah,
night. How can I kill him and get away with it?
right. And I want to say that because even though I don't have to say that, I do think when people are showcasing their vulnerabilities in public, we should give them the love, grace, and space of the context of when that happened.
Oh
That
yeah.
doesn't mean that that's now. So just to cover Lisi for that. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and that was Lisi at 17. So
Right. Right. No, for sure. For sure.
yeah.
So but no, I wanted to do that because sometimes people on social media, they'll take an inch, make it a mile, and it's like, no, it wasn't that.
Oh
It was
well,
back
yeah. I
then.
mean that happened in 1985. So yeah, like I told you, I'm 56 years old. So
Right.
yeah, I was 17 years old then. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And like I said, you don't know what you don't know. What I mean? You
exactly.
really don't know what you don't know. And so, I try to think about this, with my good friends, of how can I support them? And I think the best way to support a friend is sometimes just say, I don't know.
Exactly.
And I know what you guys are probably thinking, like, wait a minute, Brian, are you really telling us to say we don't know when you read the daily motivator at the end of every virtual tour live? Yes, I am the same brand that's telling you to say I don't know to your friend, even though I end every show on a good note. Because here's the thing. It's better to say I don't know and not give an answer from a place of uneasiness rather than trying to be a solution, and they might have another problem because of an answer you tried to give. And
That's
that's
true.
real talk. That's real talk.
True.
And if they do say, well, you're my friend, say to them, because I am your friend, I am saying to you, I don't know, to protect you. Because right now you're in a vulnerable state where whatever I say, you may run with it. So let's both be still. And when I do have an answer, I'll come back to you with something when it's quality. Woo. Hawusa over the crowd because that was deep for me. Look, I hope y'all guys ish listen. But no, I often joke with my friends that thank God I did become a therapist because for my friends, I would say to them, listen, I'm gonna need $1 million fee from you before we sit down and talk. And they're like, well, why I gotta give you $1 million? Because see, as a friend, I already gotta hear this ish from you anyway. So at least with $1 million, I'm walking away with something. And so, we laugh about it. You know what I mean? But it also lets them know, like, hey, my time, my energy, and my commitment has value. You know
Yes.
what I mean? So if I was at a wedding and somebody like, hey, Bray, so hey, question, before you ask me this question, you got $1 million on you? Bray, you know I'm broke. Okay, so what we talking for? Go, get you know what? Get us some mimosas. I might drop it down to $250 if you get us some mimosas. Well, Bray, I'm still
Now,
broke. Okay, then what do you want me to do? Go ahead.
yeah, I do tell women, when women talk to me about the problems they're having, with their partner, I listen, you know, because sometimes that's all they want you to do is listen.
Right.
Sometimes they're just venting. But when someone tells me someone's putting their hands on them, first thing I tell them is leave.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Leave.
Right.
Because that situation isn't going to get any better.
Right. No, I totally agree. I totally agree of letting your friends know what needs to be said. And trust me, that is not an easy line. By the way, for people live on tour with us, like, comment, share, subscribe. Glad to have all of you here. And I say it's not an easy line because they're coming to you in a very vulnerable position asking what to do, and they put enough trust in you to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Now that doesn't mean that you need to take on everything, but also that just means be real with them. Like, one thing that I do with all my friends, and all my friends can vouch for me when I say this, I'm gonna ask you 3 times, do you want to hear an answer where we talk, or do you want to hear an answer where we don't talk for a minute? I ask that 3 times. By the time we get to that third agreement, so what we understand is that you want the real. So with whatever I'm about to say, I don't want to hear nothing. That lets them know everything. And not only does that hold me to account, but also holds them to account.
True.
And
I
it's and
tell
it's
people, do
yeah,
you want to know? Do you want to know what I think, or do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Because it's two different versions.
that part.
So, yeah.
That part.
I tell people all the time, if you don't want to know what I think, don't ask me because I don't
Right.
volunteer what I think. But if you
Mm-hmm.
ask me what I think about a situation, I'm going to tell you what I think.
Absolutely.
If you want someone to tell you what you want to hear, then just say, I need to talk and I'm going to let you talk and I'm just going to listen.
Right. No, absolutely. And I think honestly too, if you do this to your friend at first, just know that friend is going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But then what
Mm-hmm.
you do is you let them know, hey, listen, I am saying this as a way to protect both of us because I don't want what I say to break up our friendship.
True.
If they can't handle that, then maybe y'all both just need to just give some distance to each other and come back when y'all both can handle each other. But if that friend is still fighting you against that rule, then maybe y'all should be friends. Because like I said, I rather you let me know what's up than to hold around this resentment when we both can be a solution.
True. Very true.
Real talk. So I mean, listen, like I said, far be it for me to be a voice of authority or morality on any damn thing, but I happen to know something, a little something, something at least. But I think life is bigger than what we go through, and I think when cooler heads prevail and we want to come as solutions, and we can recognize that, hey, we can't change what has happened, but we have an opportunity to change what can happen, then I think that that's more resources than the average bear.
That's true. That's true. Well, I'm looking forward to watching the replay and listening to your commentary because
Absolutely.
I like both those shows.
Oh yeah, and they definitely did their thing with the tie-in with
Mhm.
Phaedra. The
Mhm.
only the I will say this. So, for the Real Housewives of Atlanta, they had this thing where the ladies were laying down on the ground and was listening to the sound baths, the crystal thing that you spin around and all that stuff. Um,
Mhm.
so Phaedra had a similar thing of this is my inter sanctuary and things like that. I'm just like, Phaedra, really, you couldn't do nothing original, really. But I'm like, hey,
You
you
know,
know what?
Phaedra's always extra.
Oh, listen. I mean, honestly, one of my favorite moments from this season. The season's not over, y'all. It's just a mid-season break. So both shows will be back on January 7th.
Okay.
2024, which is literally just really weeks away, honestly. It's gonna be here before we know it. But I think one of the funniest moments was the resurrection and Phaedra saying, "We have a lot of intelligent people here. Teeth, launchpad, tennis expert, and we have a lot to share." And Phaedra was so real with it. And Dr. Jackie was trying not to laugh. And Toya was like, "I know you lied." And you know what? Honestly, if one of those ladies would have brought me, I would say, "Can we get a witness from the congregation?" No, 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 nobody want to be a witness that Toya's a tennis expert. Because guess what? That is knowledge. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen.
Most
Serena
definitely.
Williams is the all-time Wimbledon champion. So Toya, you can be somebody. Now, I know that the ladies are going to look at Braylon like, I know this damn mother ucker did not just do this. I know he did not do this. And when it comes to teeth, as a man thinketh, so is he. Okay?
Mhm.
And when it comes to your organs, your body is a temple. So Phaedra wasn't lying, congregation. Y'all are all experts at something. You understand? Now,
Oh
resurrection
yeah.
dinner happens, and Dr. Heavenly's like, you know what, brother? You are so articulate, but did anybody ask for you to open up your mouth? Dr. Heavenly, I can ask the same question to you. And then there it is.
There it is.
Could y'all imagine that being a reunion moment? Andy Cohen's
Oh
like, so,
man.
so, so, Braylon, you asked for a witness from the congregation. Yeah, I did, Andy, because I really felt that was a very heartfelt moment from Phaedra to recognize everybody's intelligence. She didn't have to do that, but you just had to open up your mouth. Well, Andy, no one else wanted to talk. What was I supposed to do? Y'all brought me onto the show. Hey, I just came to show up on time, say what I need to say, get a damn check and leave. What do you want me to do, Andy? Really? I mean,
That's pretty
honestly.
much what all of them do. They just want to get a
Right.
check and leave.
Exactly. So, but no, honestly, I thought that really was a great moment. And Phaedra's face said it all. Like, I know you lied. You reduced me to a tennis expert. But the funny thing was, and I think that this was very gracious of Toya, that the person that called her a tennis expert brought her into the meeting with the PR executives at Kendall Jackson Wines. And I thought that said a
Okay.
lot. I thought
Yeah.
that really said a lot. And also Phaedra gave, Toya credit of that she is really trying to grow herself. So see, sometimes shade doesn't have to be all bad. I mean, it's not like our shade's gonna turn us up at a vineyard in front of executives. But hey, listen, if it can happen on TV, it can happen anywhere. So
Hey, they're real people just like us.
yes, yes indeed, yes indeed.
Yep. Well, I'm going to have to get out of here. It was good coming up chatting with you.
Absolutely, much love, Lisa, and glad to have you in.
And also, Nikki News.
Yes, indeed, the legendary Nikki News. Yes, indeed.
I- Is Nikki a content creator?
I don't. She's more of a subscriber, I think.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would,
Yeah,
I
that's
would,
like me. I don't create content. I'm just a subscriber. I
yeah.
when my connection works at work, I try to listen to everybody's videos instead of listening to music. And if I catch someone's live, sometimes I'll try to say hi and just, just listen. But, I'm working, so I can't be chatting in the chat.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoy a lot of y'all's videos, and it gets me through my day really quick. I'm like, oh, okay, so and so put out a video. Let me listen to their video because I'm
Oh,
at
for
work for
sure.
8 hours, so I go through a lot of
Oh,
people's
yeah.
videos. I may not comment, but I go through them and like them and listen to them.
And we definitely appreciate it. And like I said, to anyone and everyone besides the Love and Marriage Huntsville Center, I think any content creator that starts to do this, like kudos to you because it's not easy. It's really
Oh no,
not.
not at
And
all.
and
It has to
with
be very time consuming.
Oh, it is. It
Yeah.
absolutely is because I truly do believe that to build an audience from a place of not knowing who wants you anyway is not an easy position to be in. I think the thing that has allowed me to be the content creator that I am is, for one, finding the concept that works. I see virtual tour live works. The
Mm-hmm.
good thing is also too, I'm about quality, not quantity. Now, with this video, that would be 300 videos, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But with that quantity of 300 videos, every video has value in some capacity. And I think that with me, I have a very old soul, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm also understanding that all pain is not the same. And I have the opportunity to bring old school to the internet, but
Mm-hmm.
also learn from the new school. And I think that combination of having the old soul, being raised in a village, but to see all these new topics that some areas of life I've never been in, and still try to find the soul, the humanity, and the consciousness of the good that can be out of it, I think it's quite a powerful combination on the internet. And so I appreciate each and every one of you for giving me a legitimate shot because you don't have to. So love all of you very, very much. So
Love you also. But yeah, your channel's growing.
no, it definitely is, and I'm definitely grateful for it. And I really do believe that one of my big goals is I want to be able to do interviews. And I've been meaning to contact this one person, which I probably will contact them probably tomorrow. But I'll say this: it's a person that I talked about on one of my virtual tour lives. I'll just say that. But I definitely want to do interviews. I want to do giveaways. I want to do watch parties. But of course, I want to build up a sizable audience before I
Mm-hmm.
do Patreon and merchandise and memberships because I'm a big believer in you should have the audience before you ask from the audience. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like right now with 1,420 or how many subscribers I have now, I feel that I'm still in the discovery phase. Probably by the time I get to 2,000 subscribers, I may do
Mm-hmm.
memberships, but I want to make sure that it is a equal exchange. Because I know not everybody has it, and I do this because I want to, not because I have to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, I'm praying for you and rooting for you.
thank you, Lisi. Much love to you, Queen. We'll talk soon.
All righty. Good night.
Good night, good night, good night. And thank you, Nikki News, so much. Yeah, 300 videos. I would never imagined having done 300 videos. I mean, just it's mind-boggling to me. Like all the different lives that we've done together, all the videos that I do, at 901. You guys dig into those like crazy. Like even like the live we did today of the verdict already has 49 views of just the verdict. So I really do appreciate that. And let me see something because I want to see. Hopefully, hopefully trending has made it to 6,000. I'm not gonna do a celebrate her live or nothing like that. But I just want to see if she's made to 6,000. Nope, she's still at 5,999. So hopefully by the morning, she will be at 6,000 people. You know what I mean? So trending, if you are listening, congratulations on the 6,000 subscribers celebration that is on the way. You have been putting in the work, you've been putting the love, and I tell you, trending really is a legend because she has a way of making you feel at home. She has a way of, she's a young one, but she also has an old soul as well. And and her thumbnails are amazing. It's that um tone color, um it's that tone color thumbnail, and she always elevates the conversation, even with 41 Fit, bringing on a trainer to help people have 5 minutes of health. Um, Trending is always focused on the future and allowing herself to know that what she has to give can be a resource now. So shout out to Trending. At some point, I really, really do love that woman there. A great, great content creator, a great friend, and a great person in general. So yeah, much love to Trending. And also to all the content creators as well. By the way, if y'all are looking for something good tonight, Kendra G singles on YouTube live at 10:05. Now I'm not gonna lie to y'all, Kendra's usually late. I say that with love, Kendra. I say that with love. I actually was on Kendra G's singles live. I really was. The chat lit me up, y'all. The chat lit me up. But you know what? I really do love the show. I think she has a dating app coming out soon. I actually offered to be a producer for her because she usually ends up being late. And also, too, I feel like the YouTube show. Oh, hang on, let me redo that. Hang on. Kendra G10. Yeah, trending is amazing. I really do mean that. I'm not playing when I say she is a legend upon legend. You are going to feel right at home with her. She makes great content, and she's a necessary voice out here in these streets. She really, really is. So, congratulations on the 6K to come. And honestly, too, like when you are doing content creation, I think people are looking for your authenticity more than your content. Now, you do have to be consistent. I'm not going to sit here in front to you. You definitely have to be consistent. But more than being consistent, they just want to know that you care about what you do. And I think as long as you keep showing up and you keep giving your best, I think you will make it just fine with whatever you do with your channel. And also to recognize that it's okay to evolve with your channel too. But yeah, I definitely want to do giveaways. I definitely want to do interviews. And I definitely want to have more fun. I mean, I feel like our channel here definitely can move in any direction. Like even today with the verdict. Soon as I saw the alert, oh, we're going live. Well, we gotta wait until 6 o'clock. No, we're going live now. And I think that foresight and that insight um is really about, hey, listen, you have what you have in terms of your time when you're supposed to come on, but also too, if people really do love you for you and they love your content for you, they will want to see you at any time. Don't get it twisted. And I really do mean that. So yeah, just recognize that that your worth has value. Um, but that value is only going to matter if you invest in it. So, with that being said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. We are on our way to 70. I repeat, we're on our way to 70 thousand total views. Everybody, we are on our way to 70,000 total views. Right now, we are at 67,628 total views. So right now this is 299 views. So I will be at 300 very, very soon. But love you all very, very much. I already did the outro. I already did the daily motivator. So Nikki News, love you. Lisi, love you too. Everybody in the bushes, everybody who may not be able to come, but you wanted to. People who leave comments, likes, shares. The fact that you guys even see anything in me means the world to me, because, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to be on YouTube, and I think through all of the storms, the mental rain, the mental hurricanes, you guys still see the good in me. And I truly do think that just because there are moments of bad doesn't mean that the totality of good in me is not thrown out. And for that, I really, really do appreciate y'all. So I want 2024 to be a whole new year. And like I said, if there's anything that I've done, reach out to me on my IG. Y'all see my IG on my thing. Reach out to me. I'm glad to have a conversation with you. I'm very open. I'm very direct. I'm very upfront. I don't mind talking. And if there's anything that needs to be healed, let's heal it. Let's heal it, this month. You know what I mean? Because I think we all want to go into the new year with a new energy, with a new soul, and a new love. Because honestly, we have more in common than we do different. We're all out here trying to do what we can to get that bag, to get that view, and to reach somebody that, they may need a place to fall to. So, but yes, I do love each and every one of you. And the love I do have for y'all, it's a love of, I love you because life does happen. And sometimes you just need to know that you are loved. And we don't have to know each other deeply, intimately, and know each other for a long length of time to know that you deserve love as a human being. I think we need to do that more often. So anyway, enjoy the fireworks for the day that was, for the day that's to come, and for the blessings that are on the way for you, me, and for all of us included. Much love, everybody. Good night.